Hello, my name is Sophia. I'm the creator of Face Canvas. Today I'm doing a Navi look inspired by Zelda games. So the very first thing that I did was I concealed my eyebrows. Most people do this with a glue stick, but I actually found out today that PAX paint works so much better. So if you use the glue stick first and then the PAX paint second, that's not something that most people have if you're just doing makeup for fun. But I think it's a really good way to go about covering your eyebrows if you have it. So I used Melpax, the color Shibui, just because it's the lightest one and I am a light human being. The foundation that I am using right now is Yabi, and it's just the lightest shade I could pretty much find, so it's a little bit lighter than my normal skin tone. And what I have going on with the eyes right now are the eyeshadow colors I used, Playground and Brother by the James X Morphe palette. And then I concealed the lids part of my eyes with the Total Tattoo Coverage Body Impression Mini Palette series. I used a tattoo coverage palette instead of concealer because it just works so much stronger, and I already have it from my normal kit, so I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna use that. Right now what I'm doing is I'm taking the same shades I used on my eyes, Playground and Brother by the James X Morphe palette, and I'm going about every single contour on that top part of my body. And I'm going a little bit more extra because it is a fantasy look and I am going to be a very blue human being and it's gonna be great. Also, before I forget, I used the Undressed shade by Devil's Kiss glitter on my eyelids after using the tattoo coverage concealer type of a thing. And right now what I'm doing is I'm painting Navi on my face. I like to use for body paints Maron makeup. Most of what I use would be the Paradise palette, the basic palette. Right now I'm just using the black, and later on I use a little bit of the dark blue and a little bit of the white. But the Maron palette, it has only very dark blues, and I could mix it with the white, but since white is the color of body paint that I would say I use the most, I decided to switch to the Snazaroo face paint. And there's just a very light blue color that I already had. It's the turquoise color, and so I use that mostly for Navi. And then lettering, it has always been just the hardest thing for me to do. As somebody who body paints themselves and just, you know, doing it backwards on yourselves, it's all just super confusing, so I always write it down on a piece of paper and then I look in the mirror. So I'm just writing, hey, listen on there. Also, another thing I want to mention about what I did is I talked about the contours, but the highlights that I did was Moonchild by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I used the color Blue Moon because the Moonchild palette is just really good for fantasy fairy type characters. And then this light blue body paint that you see me creating the cloud with, that is the Snazaroo turquoise paint. It's just a very nice light blue. And then I also filled in the little Navi fairy circles with that as well. And then I felt like 2 on my face wasn't quite enough, so I decided to just paint a bunch of little other baby fairies, because why not have it all over your body? And I think another good thing to mention is you do want them to have some sort of pattern of flow. So yes, they are in random positions, but they're also all going up. So it doesn't look super out of the place random, but it's still a little bit scattered, which is pretty nice. So they all have their kind of little pathway, if you can see. And also I decided that I would put one on the bridge of my nose. I feel like elongating the little corners of my eyes with the wings and then connecting it with the little fairy kind of brought it together in a way that I really liked, so I just decided to take a risk and paint that part of my nose too. And then I used my white face paint for the wings. I used Maron again from the basic Paradise makeup palette. I feel like that white is the whitest white of body paint that I've been able to find so far, and it just covers very nicely, so I like to use that. And then for my under eye eyeliner, I did the anime style cartoon because it's from a video game, so just a little bit underneath the waterline. And then just to make it more Zelda-y, I did these little Triforces, and there you go. Hope you liked it.